looking at business models today, which are always on the journey of value creation through strategic processes. Today, organizations cannot perform without thinking of a comprehensive strategy. So you need to create value to all your stakeholders. If you are, for example, if your customers are far-fetched or far-ranging, how do I understand my customer value? I cannot doing a small-scale manufacturing or a typical large-scale manufacturing with standard products. It can't be completely standardized. I need to look at customization, but I also need to look at mass customization. Towards that, how do I organize my supply chain network? So in organizing the supply chain network, COVID came in and created a lot of lessons for the world. So I cannot look at limited to few countries and organize my supply chains. How can I look at my global supply chains? When I start looking at global supply chains, when you want to supply something into US, or when you want to supply something into Europe, or you want to buy something from Europe, then you get into ESG concerns. It is not as if you are having a national goal like that only. We need to look at internationally sustainable way of doing business. Hence, the value creating strategies which need to be performed through processes in a global network of chains, we need to look at what is looked at as global standards of doing your business, which are environmentally and socially well governed. And that is how we are coming to a point where not only you create financial value, you create financial value along with the concern for environment, for the society, for the customers, which has completely changed the way the business models are operating today. This brings us to a point, then how do we evaluate the performance of the business today? The performance of the business today is not then simply looked at as a result of making profits. But you make profit, you create shareholder wealth, you create financial capital, but few more capitals have come in. If your transactions create only shareholder wealth, that is not sufficient. Your transactions should, besides creating financial capital, it should create what is called as a good natural capital, which is connected with the environment. Good human capital, that is your human resources, will also have to be built up. A very important contribution towards the intellectual capital. Have you contributed anything back to your society? And have you got the confidence of the society? Whether the societal structure is recognizing you as an important part of the community. So your social and relationship capital, what sort of assets you have brought into this world, which is a manufactured capital. So it is not only the financial capital, there are 5 more capitals which on an integrated way of looking of all the 6 capitals, only then you are creating sustainable value. So that means what? The financial transactions, bothering of recording of that only, and the impact of that is finally the 6th block is financial wealth. That alone is not enough. You should also record data, analyze, prepare reports, develop insights, and create the required impact on the remaining 5 capitals also. So that means unless and until your measurement and management systems not only work on financial capital, but also work on other capitals, the remaining 5 capitals which I am showing on the screen, then the wealth doesn't get created. So if you look at this current diagram which has been given by the integrated reporting community of the world, a typical business organization draws in 6 capital because it gets all these capitals from the society. It rolls that into its business, but it should also create and contribute to the society through the 6 capitals. So the value gets created when I not only create financial capital, but I also create the remaining 5 capitals. If you understand this 6 capital creation as a basis of sustainable performance or integrated performance, then I move to the 4th part of my presentation. So that means what? So this means to the CMA, 3 important domains emerge. The first domain is on the left side, what I call as a cost management domain, where you record all the transactions, analyze, develop insights, and act. On the extreme right side of the domain is the value management part. So you not only record, analyze, and impact cost structures, you also record transactions, analyze transactions, develop insights, and impact and create action on the remaining capitals also. That is the value management part. If there is a conflict between cost management and value management, you need to be very tactfully managing this balancing, and that is the central part of the block, which is a cost to value balancing. So cost management on the one hand, value management, both should go hand in hand, and there emerges a balancing role which a CMA alone can perform, which is called as a value to cost balancing approach. So these three blocks, when they work in harmony in an organization, you go towards an integrated performance, what is called as the creation of these 6 capitals. So according to me, the new domain of CMAs should move along all these 3 blocks and juxtapose these 3 blocks with the 6 roles what I said earlier. You either be a data creator in these 3 areas, these 3 big blocks I said, or you create an impact, you influence and create an impact in all these 3 blocks. If you are matured enough to create an impact in all these 3 blocks, then you don't remain a pure CMO, but you become a co-pilot or a pilot of an organization. This is how the new domain is emerging. So towards this, how the management accounting content itself is changing. It's going to be an exhaustive list, but I am not going to expand on all that. There are selected areas where, according to me, the management accounting is changing today or has already changed. It's the ownership, the content of management accounting, the frequency of the usage of the information, the life cycle orientation of the information, what is the business process orientation inside versus a cost center approach, the new tools and techniques which need to be deployed in performing these concepts, and last but not the least, integration with the upcoming artificial intelligence impact.